man.
What's up everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Jeff and today I have the honor to receive the Master of Guitar, Mr. Andy James.
Alright, how's it going?
Thank you for having me tonight.
Yeah, no worries man, no worries.
Such an honor to be honest. Because
maybe.
we just talked about this before, but I was following Andy since Lick Library when I was 13 or something. Because I started to learn the guitar by this time and I was like, when I found your video from Children of Bodom,
right, yeah.
I was like, God
was
damn
that
it.
the play like?
Yes, play like, yeah. But it was like you own the band, basically. That's incredible, to be honest. That was incredible.
Yeah, they're tough those, because you have to try and encapsulate someone's whole complete career in like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
To try and get it to sound like.
But seriously, you nailed it, man, because I still have the goosebump when I'm talking about this.
Right.
And it's been like, 10 years?
Yeah, that was that was one of the better ones. Some of them were like, I don't know, because they asked me to do a Kerry King one, and that was tough, because he plays a lot of lead, but it's quite difficult.
Even for rhythm guitars, it's kind of...
Yeah, well,
to mix everything in 3 minutes, it's kind of hard, I guess.
I did a Slayer thing, but it had to be solely like lead. Yeah, because he sort of makes a lot of noise and plays a lot of notes. It was kind of tough to pick out the bits that would work, you know.
Yeah. So the first question: how did you start to play the guitar? Because to be honest, I know how you're playing, but I don't know where does that come from. Why did you start the guitar? How and stuff?
Well, I just sort of picked it up really. I previously just been like tinkering around on piano and stuff. And then the school that I was at had like some acoustic guitars lying around, so I just kind of picked it up and started playing. I didn't really know what I was doing, really. And then I started to kind of figure it out, learning some Guns N' Roses songs. And I was a big Slash fan.
All right.
Really, but yeah, when I was younger, so I wanted to try and... I thought I could get my head around some of that stuff, so I tried to do it.
So you started from old school?
Yeah. Well, I sort of learnt like Don't Cry and Sweet Child, and just stuff that I thought I could play. And then I don't know really. I kind of just sort of started to pick it up. I guess I wasn't really sure if I was getting it right, but then other people started listening. And going, oh yeah, I know that song. And if you can play something and someone else recognises it, then I guess you win. Sort of doing it. So like, I asked my dad on my 12th birthday if I could get a proper guitar. I mean, it was still a cheap guitar, but he didn't know if I would stick at it, you know what I mean? So I got like a cheap Squire type, well, it was a Rockwood, but it was like a Fender Strat copy, black and white.
I had the same.
Right, yeah,
I had
really
this,
cheap, it was like 120 quid.
Even less, I think. Yeah, well, maybe by the time I was maybe this
I don't know, yeah. And then just a little amp, it had like 3 knobs on it, volume, gain and tone.
Yeah.
It was a shit amp or whatever.
Oh, that's really cool.
And then that's it really. It just kind of progressed from there, kept playing, just spent all my time doing it really.
Nice.
Gave up playing computer games and sport.
And then just playing on the guitar.
Pretty much.
Every day, no phone, nothing, no video games, just spending your life.
Well, no phone. I mean, we're going back to like
no, but
early
I mean, not
90s.
Now,
yeah, early to mid 90s. So yeah, no phones then. No YouTube, no Facebook, no Instagram. No decent tab books either, because like you'd be trying to learn by ear.
Yeah,
and it kind of wasn't really the best.
Well, that's the best school to learn by ear.
I mean, you had to really like listen to what you're doing. Like now, it's easy to fire up a solo, going, "Oh right, that's what he's doing." Learn it. Yeah. You could do it in a day, whereas it used to take like constantly rewinding stuff, going, "Oh, is that right?" And you'd be doing it.
Yeah.
But that was kind of half the fun, really, the process of.
Oh, that's really interesting. That's really interesting. And so we were talking about Arrival. You just released last year, because now we're 2019.
Yeah, only like 3 months ago. But
yeah, but still. So I would like to know, how did you compose, what is your mood to compose? How did you compose this album? Where does that come from? Was it an idea since you had from years,
no, a lot of the demos sort of date back to around probably before Exodus, I'd say. But they were band demos. They were they were originally intended for vocals for my late band's second album, which we never got around to doing. Yeah. But I had a lot of these ideas, stuff like Asylum was already done. We filmed a video for a song called Stand Alone, which was like 2016 I think, and then I got home from that video and I just started messing around with this kind of almost like car alarm sort of riff idea, And so I recorded that, and then I did the riff behind it. So a lot of this stuff just kind of was pieced together like over a long period of time. And then when it came to sort of deciding, right, I'm gonna do an album, and we decided that the band were, that's it. I said to Chris was singing, I was like, look, is it all right if I take these songs and rework them for 7-string guitar, and then a lot of the vocal melodies ended up staying on the album as well, which is kind of interesting because like, obviously I'm a guitar player and I look at things from a guitar perspective, but most of the vocals were written, so I kind of used maybe 60% of the vocal melody lines for like the choruses and stuff, and it actually translated really well into like
because you can hear it's kind of lyrics behind this. I don't know how, but
there's actual vocal melodies and lyrics. I mean, if I actually ever get round to, I don't know, doing some bootleg versions of like the album or something, you can probably hear what the vocal song sounded like. But yeah, it kind of set me on a different path to what I would normally do, and I think it kind of helped because I think for a guitar record, it's important. It's not over the top like guitar playing. I mean, obviously there's still bits on it and stuff like that. But I really
because it's you as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the shred part and everything. Well, you're singing, but you have to work on it to make sure it sounds properly. You can't just sing it like that.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm kind of past the days where I'm trying to write songs to like impress guitar players. You know what I mean? Like that's not really my focus anymore. I want to just write good songs that happen to have guitar in. You know what I mean? But that's definitely like where my focus is now, and a lot of the focus on this album was kind of taking what Chris had already done and then put my own thing on it. Like stuff like After Midnight, Equinox, they weren't part of those sessions, so they were completely written. But that was because of the other stuff that did have vocals on it. Put me in a different mindset to carry on and do the rest of the album.
But this album is well done. And you did the production as well, right?
Yeah, I did everything. I just kind of locked myself away.
So what did you use for the guitars during the recording? You used the Kemper, I guess?
Kemper, yeah. It was Josh Middleton. From the first pack he released, it was the Crunch. Okay. Crunch one. I think it was even a Black Star. But I don't know.
Maybe, yeah, I think so. I'm not sure, to be honest.
Right, yeah, no, I think it was modelled after a Black Star, and then the lead tone was Kemper again, but that was my like STL lead tone that you can get off the pack. Yeah. And they just sort of like worked really well. I mean, to be honest, it was only really like demos I was using that stuff, and then it just started to kind of sound really good. And then I sort of worked in all the drums and all the production and stuff. I mean, it took me like 7 months.
Sorry for the noise, guys. The sound checking.
Yeah, it took me like 7 months to sit down and do it all, because obviously I'm not a producer. Like, I don't work for bands, I don't mix other stuff. But I've always had a keen interest in it. But I was kind of learning as I was going, like, watching some of my favourite guys that I like watching mix and seeing how they do stuff. And then I was like, oh right.
But it sounds pretty sick, to be honest.
Yeah, it's really cool. Man.
So guys, if you didn't check the new album of Andy James, you can check it on the description. I'm just gonna put a link. Make sure they can buy it, because we have to support each other. Yeah. Right?
Exactly.
Because it's important in this industry.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And my following question is, you've just been recently endorsed as well by Kiesel. So
it's a year now. I can't believe that. That was like January.
Already?
Yeah.
Because you had your first signature guitars, the red one. I don't know.
It wasn't a signature. It was just a. I had three or four guitars made. The first two were like trying to figure out what model that I would
like
go
prototype.
For. No, they were just off the shelf ones, and I said to him what woods I wanted, but they were the Aries and the Crescent, which is already models that Kiesel has anyway. Mm-hmm. But when I was at the NAMM show and I tried out the Crescent, that was the one that I was really into. I really liked that one. Yeah. So yeah, he built me a white. It's like a mahogany with swamp ash top. Which is kind of like, it had a thinner neck on it, a slightly thinner body, obviously Evertune, EMG.
All right.
And then there was another one, he built me an Aries as well, which it's a nice guitar, but for me, I just sort of don't get on with it. But the main reason is because it's got stainless steel frets on it. He wanted to try me out on some different frets just to see what I'd be up. But I've just gone back to nickel. So I've played nickel for 25 years. I know they wear out, but I don't care. I'll just get them done.
When you're comfortable, why should you change?
It's just a softer metal. It doesn't feel like a new guitar every time I pick it up, which I don't. Some people like that, but I don't. I like them to wear in.
You're bored after that, because you're like, okay, it's now the same, It's another habit or something.
It's quite cold as well, that metal. Like when you pick it up, it always feels like it's been like outside. Yeah. So I just kind of weeded out a load of different things that I wanted. So the body we ended up with now is all older, Evertune. It's a set neck, so it's only up to the bridge pickup. The rest of it's like body, so the neck's put in. Because my other signature, it was like neck through, and then the wings were glued on. So I think as a result, I've got a fatter tone because it's using the whole body. I recently switched over from EMG to the Kiesels we've been working on, which sound killer. Like, it's got a real kind of 3D sound to it. But they're also like coil tappable, so I can get like single coil stuff out of them. Yeah, it's kind of new thing for him.
Yeah, you
as
can
well,
play a
so
little bit of everything with those kind of pickups.
I mean, it's a really versatile guitar. Actually, I mean, I know I'm sort of like known for maybe just doing the one thing, but like, yeah, if you got one of them guitars, which will be out next year, you'll be able to go into any studio session and get telly tones out of them, or Strat tones or whatever. You know, they've done a really good job with those pickups. So yeah,
that's nice. How did that happen? Because I know you were playing with LTD for years and years.
For about 6 or 7 years. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like, I think things just kind of like naturally come to an end, and I think, you know, moving on and what I wanted out of the guitar was kind of moving away from what I had with ESP and LTD. So yeah, it just felt like a sort of natural change. I mean, the only thing that kind of was a little bit weird was obviously they were bringing out a new model at NAMM last year, and then I literally left in the same bit. But like, the thing is I didn't really want to kind of make any sort of like judgments or anything before I'd even met Jeff, and the only time I could meet him was at NAMM, and I mean, I knew he was cool and stuff, and we'd had chatted a little bit. But you know, it wasn't until we kind of met at NAMM and we hit it off, and I could tell this guy was sort of prepared to like help me out with stuff that I wanted to do.
That's really amazing.
So yeah, unfortunately, obviously with ESP, it was just bad timing. Like, I didn't do it on purpose. It's just one of those things. Like, so
unfortunately, that's the risks. Risk of the life and everything. So.
Yeah, I mean, you know, kind of business, I suppose. But yeah, like, so yeah, I've sort of done that, and then we've decided on doing the guitar. So it's not that I'm not playing the red one, because the red one, green, we're also doing blue, gold and silver, all in the same.
So it's like iPhone collection.
Yeah, so we're doing like 5 different colours.
No, that's
like,
really
the
nice.
Pickups will all match, and they're all the same spec, they're just whichever colour you fancy, really.
I love the green one, by the way.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like this green, kind of.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it's this kind of green. I really like it.
Well, it sort of matches the album vibe as well, you know. So I was like, go for green. Why not? I mean, I'm not really known for like using bright coloured guitars. They're normally white
simple,
or black
effective.
or whatever. Yeah,
that's it.
So I go
and what gear do you use on stage now?
Pretty simple. I'm kind of in a bit of a transition period at the moment, because I'm only doing like one-off shows. I haven't really had a chance to like use the Boss setup that I've got. So just for ease at the minute, I've just got the Kemper, just because, you know, quick getting up, sorting everything out. Like, we haven't actually done production rehearsals with any of the Boss gear, which we would do if we were doing a tour. So then my sound engineer could get his head around it and go, right, okay, yeah, this works. So yeah, for the moment I'm just sticking with the Kemper until I can fully move over to.
Well, actually, I think it's the best solution at the moment, with all this digital stuff. With, like, as I said before, Helix, Kemper, Axe-Fx and everything. Well, I think it's very easy to set it up. And then for the sound engineer, for the PA and everything is sorted.
It is. I mean, the Kemper's very profile dependent, though. That's the only thing, that it's not the same as all these other things. Where, like, you know, with obviously like the Helix, Axe-Fx and, you know, all that stuff.
Are you gonna get any signature profiles for Kemper?
Yeah, I've got
future?
them already. Yeah, there's
are they
STL.
available?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
STL tones. They've been out.
I've got a Kemper at home now.
Oh, yeah, they've been out a couple of years. Like,
that would be nice to try them out.
Yeah. So like, because it's a profiler, obviously, it's like a snapshot of like real amps. So like the other digital modelling stuff is like just someone's idea of what those amps sound like. So like, weirdly enough, I've always liked Mesa like modelling, but I've never liked the amps. They just don't, for some reason, someone's idea of what a Mesa
doesn't
sounds
match
like
together.
It's just a little bit better than the real thing, you know what I mean? But I don't know, everyone's different. Like. But the Kemper kind of works for me because we could really dial in the tone that I liked. But
whether you're on stage or studio.
Yeah. So like,
it's very convenient.
You've always got it as well. You know what I mean? Like, and obviously, you don't have to crank a 412 every time you want to do a demo or something. Like,
especially if you're living in a small flat with like neighbors or something.
yeah, but plus the fact it's always, but it's always like unpredictable. Like it can change. Whereas the profiles, every time I record now, I mean, I don't even bother with pre-production. I just know what tone I want to use, and I just record it, and I know it's going to work.
Go ahead. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. And just per curiosity, what Andy James listening at the moment? What is your playlist on Spotify?
Not really like metal, to be honest with you.
Well, it doesn't matter.
I found out the band the other day, you know, like the Midnight, which they do like kind of synth-wavy sort of 80s stuff.
From the kind of 80s.
No, but there's like a new band doing throwback kind of synthwave stuff.
Is it like Night Flight Orchestra or something?
I don't know what that is. Anyway, it's
I think it's
kind of like, imagine
this.
like Stranger Things intro, that kind of music.
Okay.
As a band with vocals. But yeah, there's another band called Gunship, which I've been listening to, which is like proper throwback fucking 80s stuff. I kind of like all that. I was listening to a lot of that stuff when I did this album actually, so kind of some of that influence.
So not metal at the moment?
No, not really. No, I've kind of just sort of gradually going off of it.
Well, this is all your ideas come from, I guess. When you're not listening, obviously, some metal, sometimes you can get like more ideas to create some stuff into your world, I guess.
Yeah, also, but I don't know, man. Like, I'm gonna sound like really old, but like, you know, when you get like bands that got you into metal and stuff like that. So with some of the newer stuff, I don't know if it's necessarily better. So I kind of just listen to the older stuff that I like. You know, bands like Killswitch, All That Remains, all that kind of stuff. There isn't really any, you know, metalcore isn't really being like flying the flag for it anymore. You know what I mean? Whereas it was kind of big 10 years ago. It's not really now.
Yeah.
What else? I don't know. Probably stick some Nickelback on now and again. Just some good songs,
Fair
good
enough.
production. Yeah, I don't know, just a like mishmash different things. But yeah, I don't really listen to like, you know, death metal or you know, any of that stuff. Or like progressive stuff.
Well, guys, this is the end of this video. Thank you, Andy, for your time.
Yeah, no worries.
It was really, really cool. Do you have maybe something to say to my subscribers?
Yeah.
Except cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, thanks.
Where's
for
your beer?
I've got to drive, man. Unfortunately, otherwise I would.
Yeah, no,
I'd be having one as well. I'll have a couple before I go on. I have to, otherwise I'm like.
Yeah. But thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe on the channel, and I'll see you for the next video. Bye bye.
Cheers.